I would just share. Well, welcome, but say it 3 times to everyone. We thank you for being on the call tonight and for joining us. I'll start off with introducing myself, who Dorothy, and all of you know me, the founder and executive director of Increasing H.O.P.E. And on the line with me is my very trusted assistant and co-worker here, Miss Ebby J., who most of you have probably heard from or reached out to in some way, as she is definitely helping with the dfree, and all she does, our marketing and our events and all of those good things. It helps to keep us straight. So we appreciate you, Evie, being on the night, and she is going to be helping us navigate this new platform that we're all learning really soon here. So Evie, you want to say hi to everybody real quick?
Hello. It's really fun, I promise. And we're gonna walk through it step by step. So we are not gonna throw you out there by yourselves, but I really think you're gonna enjoy it and have fun. Like this dfree is meant for community and conversation. So if you like to have community, build community, help people become debt free, understand that finances start at the mind before it ever hits your hand, then you are in the right place with the right group. So let's have fun.
That's right. Awesome. And so what I'm going to do is let you guys, I know we actually have 3 main groups on the line with us now. We have some representatives from our local sorority, and how do I say it? Alpha, who is it?
Alpha Kappa
Delta
Sorority
Sigma
Incorporated.
Oh, we have 2.
Okay.
All right. No fighting up in here now. No fighting. 2 sororities, and we actually also have 2 of our banking partners, the main representatives of Pinnacle, both Pinnacle Bank and United Bank. And so we just appreciate you. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, I don't know if you have one person introducing you all, or would just like to share your name and your roles at your specific facilities. You can do that. So just unmute real quick and introduce yourself. We'll start with Miss Diane.
Hello. 3 times. I am a member of Charleston Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And I am the Economic Development Chair for the local chapter. So I am so excited about joining you this evening. And thank you so much for the invitation.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for being with us. And next we'll go to Miss Hilda.
Good evening. Hello, Miss Diane.
Hello, Sarah.
Thank you for getting me in.
Yes.
I'm a member of the Charleston chapter of Delta Sigma Theta also, and I'm just happy to be here. I know Miss Dorothea. I've known her for a long time. I'm a member of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church, where she has done a number of workshops for us. And so I'm here to just see what I can do to help the community out also.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies. And who was our other sorority? Kim. Kim is in 2 roles.
Yes, I am really here with Pinnacle Financial Partners. I am, doing 2 roles right now. Just got promoted. So currently I'm a financial specialist, but I will be a financial advisor assistant. It's already started, but we'll be doing, Clarissa will probably be same thing. We'll be doing 2 roles until maybe November, but it's fine. But I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I am a part of the North Charleston chapter, Omicron Rho Omega. I am the target chairman for Building Your Economic Legacy, and Dorothea Bornick was our keynote speaker, where we partner with Pinnacle Financial Partners to do a basically smart fair economic financial resource seminar. And so she already had a partnership with Pinnacle Financial Partners, but now she has more of a local partnership. So we're glad to be a part of this. And you'll hear from more of my coworkers.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Kim, for being here. Excited to be working with you guys on both counts. Okay, Aaron.
Hey guys, man, I'm the guy that's blessed to get to work with Kim Driffin. We call her KD at work because we have a few Kims running around. But I call her KD because she's like Kevin Durant. She's our MVP, you know. So we let her know that she's our MVP. We love her. But I'm the regional banking manager for Pinnacle Financial Partners. So I work with our 14 bank branching network up and down the coast of South Carolina. But I am right in Mount Pleasant, Charleston area, and get to change a lot of lives with these fantastic folks at Pinnacle. And now with you, and I am excited. I'm disappointed my camera isn't on. You'd see me smiling. So there you go. But Dorothea, back to you. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to serve.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll go over to Clarissa.
Yes. Can everyone hear me? I know I had some issues earlier.
You're good.
Yes. Perfect. I'm Clarissa and I work with Kim currently, but I'm in the same boat as her. We're a financial specialist right now, and hopefully in the coming months we'll transition to financial advisor assistance. I love this opportunity. I love helping the community because this is teaching them the stuff, you know, they can grow it on. Just having that knowledge really helps. So I love having any of these opportunities, whether it's teaching adults, children, any age. This is always beneficial. So I'm very excited, and thank you guys for having me here.
Thank you. Thanks for being with us. And Jeff?
You muted.
Is Jeff muted?
Jeff is muted.
Okay.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, sorry, it only took me 18 minutes or 20 minutes to get logged in and get everything working, but I'm getting there. I'm Jeff Odom. I'm a financial advisor. I work in the Johnny Dodd's office with Clarissa and Kim. I specialize in small business lending, and I've had the pleasure of working with Dorothea here for a couple of events now in 2021, and it's been nice getting to know everybody, and I'm really looking forward to working with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks so much. Now, have we missed anyone from our Pinnacle family and friends? Is that everyone?
I think that's everybody.
Okay, fantastic. Thank
Well,
you guys.
may I add something? It sounds like I'm the only retired person here.
And
We're trying to get there.
Yes.
But Miss Hilda, I've been working with retired people long enough to know that that word doesn't mean anything. I know you're
Exactly.
a hard worker. You're a very hard worker, so I know you're keeping busy. Okay, well, let's go over to Miss Katie McCravey.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Katie McCravey. I'm the branch manager with United Bank in Somerville. I am honored to say that we were a premier sponsor of Increasing H.O.P.E in 2021. In the past, I've served on the board of Increasing H.O.P.E, and now I'm on the advisory board for the Women Business Center. So I've known Dorothea for about 7 years. So I'm excited to be on the call. This is my first time taking the free training. I remember when it first rolled out. So I'm excited tonight, and nice to meet everyone. And I also know Kim. We worked at the same bank, Regions Bank, in the past. So hi, Kim.
Hey, Katie.
Awesome. We're having a reunion at the same time. Miss Sylvia, the one and only.
Hello, Mr. Thea. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. I've known Miss Vernique for several years now. I love working in the community and helping share knowledge with people, especially about financial decisions and different things like that. And congratulations, Kim, on your new promotion. And I'm glad to see Miss Hilda over there working on us. But anyway, so I'm with United Bank, and I'm the branch manager at the James Island location.
Awesome.
So I look forward to working with everybody.
Thank you, Miss Sylvia. And we have Miss Lynn Mahoney has just joined us. Lynn, would you like to introduce yourself briefly? You are muted.
Yes, sure. I had to find more light in the house. Hi, everyone. So I don't know what everyone's sharing, but my name is Lynn McHoney, and I've attended the dfree course as well as the previous training. So I've been able to work with Miss Dorothea, Miss Kim, and the other ladies in the training. And I'm excited about this one. I'm a mom of 3 and I'm a wife. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Three amazing boys, and she has a beautiful, beautiful singing voice, and has facilitated for us in the past, and is back here to learn this new platform that we have. So thank you, Ms. Lynn. We appreciate you being on the call tonight. Thanks so much. What I would like to do now, and Evie's going to make sure I don't miss anything, so chime in anytime, Evie. But I'm going to give us a brief history of just the relationship between dfree and Increasing Hope, and introduce some of you to exactly who and what dfree is. And so I'm going to share my screen briefly and run through just a couple of slides. And then after we get through those slides, we are going to eventually go literally onto the platform so you can begin to see how that works. So, all right. Okay, so I think it took a slide. All right, so here we go. Just an introduction to the history of Increasing Hope and dfree. I met Dr. Soares, the founder of this ministry, about probably 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago or more, at a conference where he was teaching this particular concept of dfree. And he had a lot of interaction with several of us nonprofits on various calls. We would always see him at conferences. And one conference call, he offered his help, and he said, look, you guys need help or need something, I'll be willing to help you. Well, it didn't take him saying it too many times for me to decide that, hey, I am going to I'm going to get in contact with him and see exactly what it is that he could possibly do, or how we could possibly work with Dr. Soares. And so I reached out and made contact with the team. We became very, very fast friends, because what they quickly saw is that the work that they were doing, the teaching, training, how Increasing Hope could support that by being an entity on the front line, that after individuals went through the educational component, the behavioral, the mindset change, and that process, we were literally there in the community to help individuals go to the next step or next level, or use our products and services like the credit rebuilding or home ownership or small business train to literally implement what they had learned in dfree. And so we were one of the very first community development partners that they had. We actually have a signed MOU with dfree in reference to our partnership that we have established. They have come to Charleston and done facilitator trainings. They have been at money fair events that we do on an annual basis, and been very, very supportive of us building this community and impacting the Charleston community with the dfree curriculum, the training. It's very unique in that what I saw, which was a match for us, is that I had recognized, again, about 7, 8 years ago, that we needed to approach financial education, financial literacy, financial capacity as we've evolved. That's what we say now, not financial literacy. We needed to deal with the behavior, the mindset, and the attitude of the individuals we were trying to help before we could say, hey, you need to be on a budget, or hey, do this budget. So I had written a class called Money Mindset, where I helped individuals discover what their money attitude was and the behavior about money, how their past experiences had impacted the way that they handle money. And I think Ms. Hilda took that class, and some other, of course, Lynn on here. So I had began teaching that, but when dfree came along, it is built into their training and their model. And so I saw it as a perfect fit. I didn't feel intimidated by, people saying, well, Dorothea, you can write the course, or you've written one, do your own. I saw it as a prime opportunity to partner, just like I'm partnering with you guys. I value collaboration. I value coming together because the most important thing to me personally is the individuals that we serve. And if this was going to help me be able to reach more individuals, serve more people in our community, it was a no-brainer in reference to creating the partnership. So dfree. The first book that Dr. Soares wrote was Breaking Free from Slavery. So some of these connotations in here. He got a new publisher, and his new publisher said, you know what, you probably might need to change that a little bit. And so now his book, the name of the book, you'll see it later, is Say Yes to No Debt. And but initially his connotation, or his approach, and it still is in the book, his approach was breaking free from financial slavery, which so many of us and our community and our family members and friends find themselves in, and that we needed to get free from that. So when people see dfree, immediately they always think the D is debt, but it has, again, our threefold meaning. dfree is an opportunity for us to teach individuals how to get free from debt, free, and that's consumer debt, free from delinquencies, the lifestyle, of behavior of paying things late, and then deficits, meaning falling short, not having enough income to cover their means. And so we want to help the community get free from debt, delinquencies, and deficits. And then the dfree program is equipped to help us to have the freedom, or get to the point where we have the freedom to make deposits. In other words, become savers, have dividends, not only become savers, but now we are investors, and eventually and finally to become homeowners, or to have deeds. And so, but in order for the debt, dividends, and deeds to take place, we've got to get set free from the debt, delinquencies, and deficits. And so that's ultimately the connotation of dfree, from the standpoint of we want to be free from one thing in order to have freedom to engage in deposits, dividends, and deeds. And so our next slide, it takes a 12-step approach. So in the book, there you see a picture of the book right there on the screen. And here it is right here in my hands. It takes a 12-step approach, 12 chapters. It seeks to educate individuals. So it teaches them how to manage their finances and create positive banking relationships. That's why we need you guys at our side, because we're going to be sending them to you. It addresses both the informational, the emotional, the attitudinal, the cultural, social, and spiritual factors, okay? So we work with the mindset first, the mindset, the attitude, the behavioral, the experiences that people have gone through in their life that have created who they are, which in turn impacts how they manage money. And so the first chapter, or the first session of dfree, which is called Get Started, the first thing that they do in the Get Started level that we're going to review tonight is, first of all, we have to admit that there's a problem. We teach them and help them address the actual mess that they're in, getting organized, and then we talk about adjusting their attitude. All of that complete session, 3 classes take place even before we get the opportunity to start talking about a budget or your finances. We first have to approach the mindset. And then dfree has a motivational initiative whereby it motivates, inspires, enables the participants to pay down debt so they can get free from that. In organizations, we embed the culture to help promote a lifestyle of taking control of your personal finances, taking responsibility for the actions and choices and decisions that you make. And we do it by having fun, encouraging individuals to take place. We have created, when members take the class, they become a part of the dfree family. They become a part of a community. Our goal is to create an atmosphere and a community where it is okay to address the mess. It's okay to pay down your debt. It's okay to deal with your attitude about money. And you can all have fun while you're doing it, feeling encouraged by a community of people who are all on a journey to financial freedom. And then next, dfree brings support, resources. The website, once you get on it and see it, has tons of resources, partnerships such as ours, and we inspire positive peer pressure by helping us find accountability partners as you move forward in this journey. So that's a brief overview. So the first lesson or level is level 1, Get Started. The second one is level 2, which is Get Control. It has 3 topics in it, which is Start the Plan, Steer the Plan, and Set the Timer, where we began to talk with them about now that process of doing their budget, setting goals, and then staying on track with your goals. So here those steps are. The 12-step process, Get Started, where we admit the problem, address the mess, and talk about our attitude. Get Control, we start the plan, steer the power, and set the timer. Now this is 12 lessons set to be 12 weeks. What I told dfree when we initially met them is that we would not hold an audience for 12 weeks. And and that's what's so great about this program is that you have the ability to customize it. And so what we did is that we've decided that we will offer the first 6 classes, which are foundational for them to get started. And then we come back with our final class, which we call Super Saturday, whereby we give an overview of the last 6 chapters, because they are the ones where they begin to take actions, like talk about their insurance, talk about making sure their will is in place, and those particular topics, and how to maintain their focus and not get off track. And then finally, the Give Back chapter talks about investing in other people, sharing dfree with other people, living the lifestyle of financial freedom, and then impacting the culture where they learn how both to give back to their churches, to their community, and give back by potentially becoming a dfree facilitator as well. And so that's the format that we have put together in order to offer the classes. So what you will be doing as facilitators is being a part of that 6-week class and then ending it with a Super Saturday or a graduation class at the end of the 7th week. Here you see this picture here. I participated in actual dfree conferences, been up to Jersey, been a part of that, actually participated in this year's conference as well as a panel speaker. And so again, we enjoy a very healthy relationship with dfree. Here's the continuum very briefly: 12 steps of financial freedom. Again, taking the dfree training, learning how to pay down debt. Then we start talking about laying that foundation. We teach them how to implement savings, start talking about building wealth. That's chapters 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, building wealth and protecting them. We do talk about insurance and wills, on to leaving a legacy. And so we want the participants to have the ability to handle their own responsibilities, be willing to help other people, and then have the capacity to leave assets and generational wealth versus generational poverty. Again, and I'm going through this quick because we want to get to the platform. Again, here is our partnership with dfree. We use this to announce our classes. There is also a fun competition and thing that we will introduce everyone to. And we want the city of Charleston to get involved in this, whereby we have challenges with one another. The sororities have challenges with one another to pay down debt, have friendly competitions where we keep each other motivated and engaged in this process of becoming debt-free and dfree and walking in financial freedom. So this is our website page. We will share with you at a little later date, which helps you get into that fun competition. Everyone will be under, literally, Low Country dfree, which is Increasing H.O.P.E, and we'll be able to show how much debt is being paid down. We'll be able to show how much money people are saving within our community, and be able to report that back out. So with that, I'm going to stop share. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity with that brief history to ask any questions that you might have of how we came to have the relationship with dfree, a little bit around who and what dfree is. It is a ministry that is now 16 years old. They're international in their scope and in their reach, and he is growing it every day. Dr. Soares recently retired from pastoring of a church he's been at for, I think, over 20-something years, and is completely dedicating his life to continuing to grow the dfree and the dfree organization and the financial freedom movement throughout the country. So any questions so far? Nothing? Okay. All right. You guys are very quiet. So hopefully that means I did a good job at giving you a brief background of us and the organization and the dfree organization. Abby, anything that you would like to add? Yes, Aaron.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to spike the ball was all. That was awesome. So that was a good debrief. I have no questions. I was waiting for you to spike the ball whenever. So there you go.
Okay, Aaron will keep us laughing, okay? Thank you, Aaron. Abby J, did you have anything? Did I miss anything there in our brief overview? Okay, all right, so guys, here we go. Chapter 1 in the book. What we want to walk you through that. Again, the first step is called level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 that you saw there on the screen. Level 1 is what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, that gives them, again, just a foundational look at, first of all, admit the problem. We know, as people in the community, or in general, serving other people, especially Ms. Hilda, you as a minister, a lot of times we just have a problem just telling ourselves the truth, okay? And that's how Dr. Suarez starts. Like, we need to begin by just telling ourselves the truth, meaning admit that we have a problem. Then once we admit it, you know, that's the first step to recovery in any program, right? Is that acknowledge the problem. And then we can begin to then address the mess. Then he walks us through the process of addressing that mess by making sure we get our bills in order and do all those things. And then finally, making sure that we establish goals and change our whole attitude towards this, because sometimes we can see this journey or this process sometimes as not doable, overwhelming. And so we make sure and try to encourage individuals to embrace the journey, embrace the process, and realize they're not in it together. I mean, they're not in it by themselves, that we are in it with them, and they have other people that are around them. And so we do what I call an attitude check. And I'll have to fill you guys in on that a little bit later. We might end on that. So, but anyway, so we love this. We absolutely love this program. We have served over probably 200 people throughout it. We had one class with Mount Moriah church that was over 85 people in that one particular class. And we luckily got it in and finished just before COVID hit. And so we're very excited about that. That was a challenge with the number of people, but it went very well. And we did well with that. Okay, so Evie J, are you on so that you can begin to share? I'm going to turn it over to you. If there are no questions, I'm going to turn it over. Awesome. Okay.
All right. As my grandfather used to say, silence is consent. So quick question with dfree, with chapter 1 so far, how many people have read it? No guilt, no shame. We don't do that over here in Increasing Hope. Have you ordered it at least?
Okay,
no.
Your sound is your sound is a little bit low. So we can hear you. You were asking, did people read the chapter or the book, or?
Yes.
Okay. And
I do not have the book yet.
Okay, and that's what I was going to say. I don't know who's ordered it. We'll check and see. But what I will share with everyone on the call is that we have ordered books in bulk, and you will be able to get one from us if you have not ordered one yet. If you have, you'll be able to be a blessing to someone by sharing a book that you have. So we went ahead and we did that because just to expedite things. And so we will have your books in hand, hopefully by the end of this week. We'll inform you and we can make arrangements for you to pick it up. So, yeah. All right. Go ahead, Evie.
Perfect.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. Is that better? Is the sound quality better?
Yes, much better. Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. All right, so let's do this. Since most of you do not have your book or have not had time to.
Excuse me a minute. Pardon me for interrupting. This is Diane.
Yes.
I have someone who's trying to join us and they're having trouble trying to get on to the.
I just let somebody in. Are they already?
I did too.
Her name is Quinetha Frazier.
Oh, Quinetha's trying to get in? Let me, I have the link that I sent to Miss McHoney, and I think I have Q's email. I'm going to send it to her. So I'm going to go offline.
Thank you very much.
Okay, all right.
Okay, perfect. So let's, no problem. We want to get as many people into this training as possible, and the earlier the better, so they don't feel like they've missed out on too much. Sophie, looks like Sophie was able to get in. What I'm going to do is kind of shift gears a little bit, and I'm going to pull up the platform, and I can walk you through how to sign in, how to get your accounts set up, what you'll need to do to be able to fully access and be a part of the Train the Trainer. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Can everyone see this? Everyone see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Perfect.
I can see it.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Hilda. All right. So what you're going to do is go to mydfree.org, and once you type it up, don't be alarmed. It'll look, I'm trying to see if I can get this to move so you can see it. So it'll do this, but it's taking you to the platform. So if you type in mydfree.org, and if you, ladies and gentlemen, want to do it with me, if you can listen and multitask, if not, no pressure. That way, if you run into any challenges, I can definitely help champion you through them. And you're going to see this button here. It says register. All right, cooperate. Well, I'm already registered. So, but once you hit register, it'll ask you to create a user profile. So you enter your email address, whatever email address that you want to use. So if you do not want to use a work email, then you do not have to, but wherever email address you put, that is the email address that you're going to be using throughout your history with dfree. All right, so just heads up. So you'll enter your email, name, create a password. It'll ask your time zone because, of course, with being virtual, you can literally register from anywhere in the world. So, just make sure that you set that to what you want it to be. Try to minimize. And I think that's it that it asks. I'm trying to pull it up here. Once you do that, there we go. It should kick you out, and then it'll ask you to sign in. So as you can see, I've saved mine. I quit counting at like 67 passwords. So if you have a personal computer and you don't want to force yourself to remember, then I just save my username and password. So that's one less thing I have to remember. And then it'll take you to, this is what's called the dashboard. So once you're logged in and registered, this is what you will see. Okay? And is anyone going through this with me? Do I need to slow down, pause any, re-explain anything? Or are you guys just all watching?
I'm going through it as you go along.
Okay.
I'm just watching.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I am in, if anyone decides they want to try it tomorrow and they run into any challenges, feel free to shoot me an email. I will give you my cell phone number as well. And I will be more than happy to, be on the phone with you while you're doing it if you're encountering any challenges. All right. And so once you register, something that's super important is to select the organization. So you go through the first screen, which is your email, address, name, create your password, and then once you click next, it'll give you an option. I believe it's like the third thing down. It'll say organization. When you click on the organization, please select Increasing H.O.P.E. Once you do that, it connects you to us, and so we can keep up with what you're doing. We can see, if you're having any challenges, we can go in and help fix them. But most importantly, we need you to connect with us. So make sure to select Increasing H.O.P.E. for the organization. I believe it's going to ask you twice. Have you gotten to that point yet, Diane?
I'm getting there.
Okay, not rushing, just wondering.
I've done my profile.
Okay.
And I am on the registration page where it's asking for the country.
Okay.
I guess so. Yeah, United States. You can go ahead.
dfree is world. Okay, yeah. So dfree is worldwide, literally. So it's super amazing to be reaching as many places that they are. All right, and so once you create your account, once you get registered, you're going to come here to where it says all courses, and you can click here, or you can click here. And let me move my face over some for you. As you can see, dfree partners with lots of different organizations. So there are some Divine Nine friendly competitions and helping getting the word out. As you can see on the call tonight, we have the wonderful ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, as well as Delta Sigma Theta. They also partner with the fraternities. So get the word out. Let's get the guys on this course too. And you're going to look for dfree Leaders Training Course. All right, so after you get your profile and and you get registered, you're going to go to all courses and look for the yellow uh, graphic that says dfree Leaders Course. Now, as you can see, I've already did it, and this session here, you have to complete this session first before you'll be opened up, before we can go in and unlock you to be able to participate in the Facilitator's training platform. And so I'll show you what that looks like. So please, it's about 3 hours. You can listen to it, if you're a multitasker, while you're, if you have the opportunity at work or while you're driving in the car, if you can pull it up on your phone and just play it. There are 3 videos here, and then at the end, it's literally just a survey, and it's not cumbersome at all. So I've already completed it, and once you do that, you'll be able to download this wonderful certificate of completion. We'll also be able to see that you've completed it, and so you can print this out, you can hang it up at work or in your office, and let everyone know that you have completed successfully the dfree Leaders Training. Okay? And so just to make sure that we're all on the same page, in order to become opened or unlocked to the Facilitator's training platform, which is what you will need in order to complete this course, you have to complete the Leaders Training course first. And that's about 3 hours. All right? Does anyone have any questions there? Slow down. So everyone understands that you have to complete the Leaders Training course first.
Abby, are you frozen?
Evie, are you there? Okay. I see her cursor moving. Are you still there, Evie?
I am.
Okay.
Here, let's do this. Yeah. All right, so it kicked me out of that platform, out of the back inside. So I'm going to turn my camera off and relog back in because I think all of the information is showing. So I'll be right back in a second.
Okay, while she's doing that, are there any questions? Aaron said, I'm good and registered. All right. Very good. Doesn't take very long. And what we would need you to do, I think it's 3 videos or 3 sessions that would get you that training certificate. And then once you get the certificate, once again, it opens up the door for you to be able to have access to the training platform where you will be conducting your classes. All right, I see Miss Evie J is back.
Yay!
Any questions so far? Okay, all right. Bring it back to you.
All right, perfect. All right, let's keep going. All right, So once you complete your leaders training course, let's not repeat that again. You can go back to all courses and scroll down. You will see here where it says dfree Facilitator led. And as you can see, it's broken into 4 levels, right? So we will start with level 1. And what I believe you're going to love about the platform is everything that you need is right here in one spot. So if you've been around dfree for a while, then you know there was some gathering of things and using multiple tools. With the new platform, it's literally click and commune. It's amazing. All right, so you have your facilitator's guide that will come as a download, so you can download that there. I highly encourage you to go through it, especially if you're new to dfree. It offers lots of scenarios, how to start the conversation, some talking points, so you're not stuck with awkward silence, some thinking questions, some really cool activities. So that will be found here in your facilitator's guide. And then you have your introductory session. I'll open it so you can see it. And then each chapter has its own slide deck. And if you notice here where it just adds, so if you notice it asks if I'd like to pick up where I left off. So if you have any computer issues, if you need to pause the slide deck to engage in conversation, or someone has a question, and if you pause, then you will not have to start over. That is the beauty about the way that it's formulated. Or say, for instance, you are going through the slide deck yourself in preparation for your course or your training for the day, and you did need to start over, just hit no and it'll take you back to the beginning as it did here. So it definitely tries to, it definitely thinks of a lot of things for you. So let's go back here. Oh, there's a couple things in the chat. Oh, Quinita's here. Thank you. All right, so let's do this. Now, one thing I would like to tell you that I managed to forget my first time in the platform is that it is a click through, and I will show you what that means. So not only do you click next here, then it'll load, and you have your little bar here to let you know that there's more there. In order to get it to continue populating, you want to click right here in the corner where it says dfree Academy. And then you'll click until nothing else pops up. So sometimes it may be 1, 2, or 3 or 4 clicks. All right, and so welcome to your first dfree class, and welcome to night 1. And you will always have a bit of an intro. We can play our dfree story. We might hold off on that one for tonight. And then continue to click through. So each major topic, the prayer, that's one thing that I love about dfree. It's super encouraging. So there's an opening prayer, and then there's an ending prayer as well. Now, introductory pulse check survey. I am going to stop here, and I'm going to look at your faces for a moment. In the event, and Dorothea, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know we have books. We, as in dfree, offers the workbook at 0 cost if you complete the introductory check survey. It's really easy, and it just really gets a check of where you are financially, how you view money, how are you with paying bills, what questions you may have. And it's the first savings of dfree. So everyone generally signs up for dfree because they're looking to transform their money habits, right? Well, what a way to save almost $20 for maybe 2 minutes of your time by completing the introductory tech survey and your intake sheet. So in the constant contact that I sent out this morning, there was a link for the intake sheet. And in the constant contact that you will receive on Thursday, we'll have the link to complete the survey. So if you can complete those two within 24 to 48 hours, because we have to go in and check as they come through. So we have to send them. So it's not an immediate download. Let me say that again. It's not an immediate download. We literally have to go into the platform and to queue it over to you. So it takes about 24 to 48 hours. Okay. But that's a way right off the bat to start saving money. Let me check this message here. With a new platform, will the workbook be different? No, ma'am. It is no different. It's just a digital copy. Um, you know, it gives you an alternative to purchasing a paper one, but it's the same thing.
Right. I think Miss Hilda, I spoke with Miss Hilda earlier, and she's old school like me, and she wants her workbook. Miss Hilda, that workbook can be ordered off of Amazon.com if you desire and require a physical copy for everyone. One of the things I will share is in reference to dfree. The great thing about it is that the workbook and the book normally run about $25, maybe a little over with taxes, and that is all. That is the only fee or charge that anyone will ever pay to take dfree. And so we feel like, once again, is a great tool for our community, for the demographic that we serve, that if they're willing to make that investment, and now they only really have to make the investment in the book, because if they so choose, they can have the workbook as a download. So I just wanted to share that information, but you can actually purchase the workbook if you would like that physical copy.
Dorothea, will there be another train the trainer like this for additional people? Or are you doing it like upon request?
Well, we were doing it. Actually, what we did is we did this class as one of our quarterly classes that we teach. We turned it into a facilitator class.
Okay.
If we have enough interest and we get 10 people that want to take a facilitator training, we most definitely would be able to accommodate that. So yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Those are great questions. Any other questions? No. And I will send out the link to the workbook if anybody would like to order a hard copy as well in that constant contact. Every week also, the recordings from the sessions will be sent out to you, just in case you need to watch it again, or you want to, go back and follow the step-by-steps to anything that we're doing. We will send you the recording from each week. So have no fear. Reinforcements are coming. All right. Does anybody need to grab a bottle of water, wet their whistle, stretch their legs, or are we good to keep going? All right. Let's jump back in. Oh, go ahead, Lynn. You're muted.
Question. So with the new format, like I know there was a little button to the bottom left, you click until everything is popped up on the screen. Are there like signals, I guess, for the trainers to say, okay, this is where we're going to stop for this session and where to begin? Like, are there cues or something throughout the slides, or I guess the accompanying documents to show us where to stop and go and all that stuff? Jazz.
If I'm understanding the question correctly, each slide deck is for that particular step or that particular session. So everything that you'll need for that session is in one slide deck. So level 1 or admit the problem, address the mess. All of those are individual slide decks. Now, it's also your preference. Some, may want to literally stick with the flow of the slide deck. I like interaction, so there's some questions, and you'll see that as we kind of filter through as well. So you may want to stop sharing and go back to your screen where you can see everyone's faces and have people interact and answer the questions. Or if you want to keep that slide deck open, it's really up to you. So I think everyone will find their flow in things, but it's literally the information for that session only. So that's really, really good.
And also, Lynn, is at the beginning of each session where Evie showed the facilitator guide. Within that guide are going to be all the cues that you need to go from slide to slide within the slide deck. So those cues will be there for you. Yes, ma'am.
Great questions. Any other questions? No. All right. Back up. All right, so we know how to get our complimentary workbook. If you would like a digital copy. And so, Lynn, I think that was a good example. Like, for me, since I've did it a couple times, I knew that was my moment to talk about the potential to get the free workbook. All right, then our opening prayer. Remember, click here. And so every week we'll have an opening prayer as well as a response to the prayer. So it's some reinforcements on our getting our mindset together and how we want to prospectively go through the course and the information for that night. You will also see here workbook page 9. What we all know is things happen, right? So whether you are in the class and you have no additional resources and maybe they don't want to say they need the workbook, we try to remove all barriers. That's one of the beauties of dfree, as well as increasing H.O.P.E. If we know there's a need, we are here to do our level best to make sure that there are no barriers for you to go through this process and this course as open and free-minded as possible. Or maybe your workbook is laid or you printed your copy out that you received digitally and you left it. So all barriers are removed in the platform. So you can literally pull up the workbook page, go through it, ask the questions. You can pause here and really, delve in. Somebody unmuted. Anybody have a question? I want to go too fast. No? Okay. So you can definitely pull up the workbook here. So it's included. So you don't have to, it just removes another barrier. Put it that way. All right. Then you click out to get out of it. The one thing I want to highlight here is missed a class. dfree and Increasing H.O.P.E, our goal is to successfully get as many people through this process as possible, which means we understand that life happens. Maybe they're stuck in traffic when the kids are sick. Maybe they had a meeting at work and they had to be there in order to, of course, take care of their family. So we record all of our sessions and we send those out. So I would encourage you to do the same. It keeps people up to speed and encouraged to continue coming. We just ask, that they communicate like, hey, I won't be there, or sorry, I missed class. I had X, Y, Z that happened. But we encourage you to record each session so you can send those out to your students so we can start together.
Hey, Abby, it's very difficult. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's very difficult to understand you. I don't know if it's just me, but the audio is very garbled, so I can't understand I can hear you speaking, but me, but the audio, I'm missing this part right here.
Okay, is anyone else having?
Just to help myself out, but if it's
okay.
Me also. Okay, Katie says it's fine. Well, then it's me. I'm changing machines. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for speaking up, just in case. All right. All right. Also, here you'll notice the $1 billion pay down. So Dorothea introed you all to this. The $1 billion pay down is this amazing competition. Dr. Soares had this bright idea that collectively, as a dfree movement, we can pay down $1 billion worth of debt. And let me tell you, it is amazing to see that number, that thermometer or counter, grow every time you log in. We will take some time, I believe week 3, I have it written down, to go in and create your account in the $1 Billion Pay Down and show you just how simple it is and user friendly to go in and enter your debts that you want to include, and then also how to record your payments, so you can see your debt decrease as well as the number of debt that we're paying off as a collective increase. All right. MyDfree.org is where we are to get to the platform. Any questions so far? Nope. All right.
Evie, I have a
So,
question. I have a
okay.
question, and I'm asking it maybe on behalf of our guest or whatever. This first class, the introductory class, is it done as a separate class or is it done as a part of the first class? So in reference to setting up the length of your class, because some of you, what we are hoping and what we know is going to happen, you're going to be so proficient that Increasing Hope, with your help, is going to be running 3 and 4 classes in our area at one time, and people will just be able to join them. And so we will be able to determine how long, what the length of a class is, who the teachers are, and all of that. This introductory class, is it meant to be done separate, or is it a part of our 6 to 7 weeks?
The introductory class was actually recently added, so it in itself can stand alone as a full class.
Okay.
So I've seen it done a couple ways. We've ran it and just added the week. We've also pre-recorded it and just explained everything. I went through the clicks and have sent it out so people are more comfortable by the time they show up to night 1. So they have that background. They know what they can expect. They've seen what they're being able to kind of what they're paddling a little bit. So I think it could go either way. If you want to do an extra week, then most certainly.
Right. And I asked that question. Thank you for that. The way we have done it, guys, is that we use this introductory class just as that, or as a recruiting session. Maybe we would advertise it and market it as a separate event where they can come and learn. And then it gives them time to register for the upcoming class, as well as have that link to get that book and workbook. So when they come to the first class, we're hitting the road, okay? We are hitting the ground running because they did sit in the introductory class. They have ordered their book and or their workbook, whatever it is. They have read the first chapter, because one of the requirements for class every week is that the chapter that is going to be talked about or led is read prior. So that's the purpose of the book. They come to the first class, but they will have or should have read chapter 1, which was the purpose for Evie's question tonight. So that's the way it would work. But during that introductory class gives us time to give them the room and the space to get their material.
Absolutely. Great question. Any other questions? No? All right. Has anyone else tried to log in and register and create their account? Any challenges?
Hey, Abby, real quick, I put something there so I'll make sure I understand. I think I heard it right, but I just for clarity's sake for me. So intro class, which could be like the evented, everybody gets registered, all of that. Then we have the 6 weeks of the 6 different things, and then we have the 7th class plus graduation. Is that right?
7th class includes graduation. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And yeah. And it would be our goal, Aaron, as the lead agency, or whatever, that intro class would be something that we would host and hold. And then within that class, we would be able to say, well, this class is starting at this time, and this class is starting here, this class is starting there. If we have 2 or 3 of you running a class at the same time, and or they would be joining maybe one class that's going. And so we would take responsibility for during that intro class, so that when you jump in as a facilitator, as a partner of ours, you'll be starting with class 1.
All right, I got you. Cool. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
All right, and also, if I'm understanding correctly, so technically, if you do not have the introductory week, It is 7 weeks. So we have 6 weeks. So we have step 1 through 6. So those are 6 separate classes, right? So that's 6 consecutive weeks. The 7th class technically is what we call Super Saturday. So since we covered the first 6 steps in great detail, we don't want to do anyone the disservice of not at least introducing you to the remaining 6 steps. And then we also hold what we call graduation. So it's going to be either 7 weeks or 8 weeks, depending on if you do the separate introductory session. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. So it's 6 weeks of classes, and then the Super Saturday is the next Saturday following the 6th week. Okay? Is that clear? I don't want to confuse you. Aaron, you good?
Finer than a frog's hair.
Oh, I love it. I'm so glad you're here. All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, she can hear me. This is exciting. All right, any other questions as we're, do you guys see why we're so excited to share the platform with you? You see how simple it is? So icebreakers, they're built in. The word cloud is amazing. And it's super innovative and fun, and you get to see what financial freedom means to you. So, anyway, would you guys like to try it? Would you like to try the word cloud?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you're going to take out your handy dandy mobile device and open to create a text message and type in 22333. And then in the message, you're going to type in Humble Nature 270. And then you can type in whatever word comes to mind. What does financial freedom mean to you?
Abby, would you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. All right. So what you're going to do, it looks like Darius did not open our poll tonight, but by the time you get to it, you're going to tell, I would advise him to pull out your phone and open up a blank text message, and where you would normally put the phone number, you would enter this number here, the 22333, and then in the message box where you type your message, you would enter in whatever the prompt is here. So for this one, it's Humble Nature 270, and I'm trying to text Darius, but for whatever reason, our poll is not open. So but what will happen is if it was active, you would see everyone's response line up on this page here. And so what it does is it builds a word cloud so you can vividly see what financial freedom means to everyone in your group. And 9 times out of 10, those are the things that drove them to your course, why they're there. So it's super important to them. And they're also
Seeing
really
some
great.
of it now.
No, I'm texting and he's not responding because it's after hours for them. But so our poll isn't open. So I do apologize about that. It was supposed to be live for you to be able to try it tonight.
Can you go back?
Yes, ma'am. So you see here where it says no responses received yet. It's because the poll, for whatever reason, is not open. But if the poll would have been live like it was supposed to be, you would see words pop up and it would build this beautiful word cloud of everyone's descriptors of what financial freedom meant to them. So I've made myself a note to see if we can have Darius open it up and I can show it to you the next time, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, and this may look familiar to you. This is what Ms. Dorothea talked us through with the introductory section. So dfree is broken up into 4 levels. Level 1, there's steps, but these are also the chapters as well. So chapter 1, 2, and 3, all under getting started. Level 2 is get control. So if you notice here, we do not start talking about a spending plan, aka a budget, until step 4, chapter 4, week 4. We delve in here as to mindset. What is your problem with money? How do you know what has your issues with money? What mess has it created? And then what is your attitude towards money? So do you just are you a knee-jerk spender? Are you spending to keep up with the Joneses? Do you spend when you have a bad day? So we talk about attitude. It starts in the mind before it ever hits your hand. All right, and so these are what we focus heavily on here at Increasing Hope, and where you will be focusing the majority of your time. Okay, and then on Super Saturday, we will introduce them to levels 3 and levels 4. Does anyone have any questions? Nope. All right, let's keep going. This is the continuum that Ms. D showed you. And remember, and I'm doing this intentionally to remind you to not forget to click here so your information will populate. Beautiful. It gives you exactly what to advise your group that they need to work on for the next session, listed out step by step. You can also literally, it's up to you, copy and paste this information to send in any reminders that you may want to send to your folks, but everything is literally in one spot. And then once you've made it to the summation of your session, your closing prayer. Now, how easy was that? I didn't scare anybody off, did I? No. Jeff, you're making a face.
We're gonna open
No.
it up for
Okay.
questions.
He's smiling at me.
I'll call you tomorrow.
All right. So, what's your question?
We're gonna open it up for questions.
Yes,
ma'am. That's normal.
All right.
Yeah. We like to open it up.
Sorry, Kim. Yes.
I mean,
I thought Kim had her hand up.
this wouldn't be me, but I have a question about people who, did you guys ever have someone feeling uncomfortable about praying before and after? Just asking. It wouldn't be me, but I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's a very, go ahead.
Kim,
I was
can
saying
you
I
turn
couldn't
your
hear the
volume
question.
up a little? Didn't hear you.
She was asking, has anyone felt uncomfortable by the prayers? So there's 2 prayers. There's an opening and a closing prayer. Has anyone said that they felt uncomfortable?
As of today, we have not had anyone. What we do is explain to them that it is a faith-based curriculum from the perspective of helping us to address where we are from the faith-based perspective in the African-American community, which is what it is. It was primarily written for. But I would tell you this: the one thing that Dr. Soares says that I love is that broke is not Black. Any and everybody can be broke. And so any and everybody can take this class. And so although it is written from a certain community's perspective, so to speak, it is relevant to all. And we have not had anyone at all in any of the classes we've ever taught in the last couple of years object to the prayers. Yeah.
Okay.
All I think that's a great question.
I think this is Diane. I think when you are initially introduced to dfree, you know that it comes from a religious perspective. So there's no bait and switch or something, a false pretense. I mean, I knew that when I was introduced to it, not that it was a religious whatever, but I knew that the founder and the program had a religious foundation. I just knew that. And, you know.
And yeah.
It's clear is what I guess I'm trying to say. It's clear in the messaging that it does have that component.
I definitely agree. What I would also say is this: once you get familiar with the platform, you'll notice that you may see the same thing in maybe multiple spots. To not run into redundancy or overkill, especially if someone seems a little squeamish. Uh, if you recognize that you've already read the scripture, or in some sections, there are several scriptures. So go through, familiarize yourself, and maybe pick one that's the most applicable and maybe even the most palatable. That even if they are not believers, we don't want to turn them away from dfree, but so it's not, you know, overkill at the same time. So I would definitely encourage, going through it. I've taught it several times and I still go through it beforehand just to see if anything pops out at me. But you'll also know your participants' comfort levels as well. But I think that's a very fair question, Kim. Any other questions? These are good questions.
Yeah.
I have another question. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay,
No problem, Kim.
no need to apologize.
That's what tonight is for. That's what this whole training is for.
So is this the whole team, or is it like Pinnacle, Deltas, and United Bank who will split up the 7 course? How are we doing this?
Okay. It could be any and all of the above. So what we would like to do, and this is what I share with Jeff and Aaron, because this is definitely a question that they had prior, is that of course the way Increasing Hope has been doing it, when we run a class, one of our team members or teammates, we do the whole entire training, facilitate the class. Now that we have this wonderful group of individuals that are coming to the table, though, we now have the opportunity and the ability to say, hey, Kim, you'll teach week number 1. Jeff, you can do week number 2. Clarissa, you can do week number 3, where you almost would even begin to specialize maybe in your specific topic or class. And so we will now have that option to do that. If there are some of you or one of you that would say, look, I want to take a class, quote unquote, then you would be the facilitator for that entire 6 weeks. So it can be done both or either or, basically. And so as a part of the training, though, we're going to be dividing you guys up and having you practice opening up the platform and sharing and teaching with us. And so that'll be coming in the upcoming classes. But Kim, that can be done either way. Yeah. What we have not had prior, and we had Miss Lynn McHoney, maybe I think one other facilitator, but it's only been Increasing Hope. And so again, we are ecstatic that you guys are here to help us be able to expand our capacity and reach more people in the Charleston area. So, yeah.
Ms. Bernique?
Yes.
So what is the time frame look? I know you said we have a few classes for the facilitators to get familiar with the platform. When, I mean, I guess you may not be able to answer because we're not sure if Pinnacle is going to do their own set of classes or we're all going to come together. But when do you plan to start rolling this out for individuals to sign up and enroll in the courses?
We will not be rolling out again until the first of the year.
Okay.
Basically, the way we had dfree set up this year is that we were offering a course or training class once per quarter, because again, it was just us as a team. We had the 6 weeks. We had the introductory class, 6 weeks, and then Super Saturday. That's a month and a half. And so we were taking time to recruit for the next class, gear up, give ourselves a break, and so we taught it once a quarter. And then from the standpoint of, I'm going to share this. For me, we don't want you guys necessarily to see yourselves as, oh, I'm on Pinnacle, or I'm on United. Hopefully you will see yourself that we're on the Increasing Hope team, and you guys could be co-teaching with one another, just because it's the whole idea of coming along beside us and helping us to increase our capacity. So it doesn't necessarily have to be them and us. It's us, all of us. Now you guys are now part of the Increasing Hope dfree family. So you got to drop that label over there and just kind of say, hey, we're so
Understood.
but yeah.
Come on, Katie, let's team up.
All right. Woo-hoo. See, that's what I like. That's what I like.
I'm on board. I'm on board.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Great questions. Thank you, guys. Any other questions? We have about 10 minutes left. Yes. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the dfree family, Increasing Hope family. We want to give you your homework. Y'all know y'all was gonna have homework. Your homework is next class is next Tuesday. So between now and next Tuesday, we would like for you to go through the facilitator training so that you can get and have access to the platform. So we would like everyone to go through the initial facilitator training, which will then gain you access to the teaching platform, okay? And then the next thing that we would like to do that Evie is going to help us do is that we are going to assign you a class, and we may do one class over again, but what we will do during that time is we'll email you and let you know, and let you know which class you'll be teaching. And throughout a training, as we come on, we'll have you open up the platform, sign in, do a little facilitating, and we might have 2 or 3 of you do that throughout the night or that particular training class. Once again, just acclimating you to the platform, getting you familiar with actually facilitating the class. So this is hands-on because we want you guys to feel confident. When you launch that first class, we want you to feel confident that you're able to navigate the platform and that you feel comfortable. And so we're going to allow you to practice within this group right here. Okay. So, Evie, have I missed anything? Is there anything else that I need to share?
Your books. So as Dorothea said, we've ordered bulk books. Please set up a time to come and pick them up because we really need to start reading and focusing. What you will see, the chapters are very, very short. They're very palatable and reader friendly. Nice size wording. I wear glasses, y'all, and I still be like, what? But this book does not do that. So if we could definitely commit to getting our book and reading through at least the first 2 chapters so we can really have a healthy conversation to be able to continue to stay as close to on track as possible. So for next week. And no worries, I'm going to send you all a reminder of what's due. I see Kim, I got you covered. I will send a reminder. I will send the recap video. And Ms. Hilda, I will include my number as well. And I look forward to seeing and hearing from all of you, I'm sure, soon.
Definitely. So, do we want you to say go over the teaching list, the order and the date of their teaching? So, did you already assign those, or do you guys want to kind of wave your hand real quick and sign up for class number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6?
So do you want to be voluntold or you want to volunteer? Because we have both options. We already have a list made out if no one volunteers.
Do you have when you call out the classes, you're gonna have the titles?
Sure, I'll do that and Evie will do the typing, okay? So first class is Admit the Problem. We're gonna come against your senses and your knowledge and your acknowledge your slavery to financial debt. So Admit the Problem, chapter 1, lesson 1. Who wants to teach on that one?
Let's see.
Okay, who has a book? That's what I was going to say. Miss Diane, you already have a book?
Yes, I do. I confess
Okay,
I
so
have it.
let's you do chapter 1 since you already have your book.
I have the book.
Okay? And then address the mess, lesson number 2.
Chapter 2.
Okay, who's doing 2?
Who got a book?
Well, everybody can have a book tomorrow if you go
That's
pick
right.
it
You guys are
up.
going to get these
Oh,
books. Okay,
okay.
all right. So Evie, it looks like we got a voluntold. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. All right.
Dorothea,
All right.
Katie, Dorothea.
Okay.
When do we have to teach the class?
You're gonna at our next class next Tuesday is when we're gonna start having you guys open up the platform to teach. And so maybe, okay, and Evie and I'll talk through this. Maybe, just maybe, Evie. Okay, we need to slow down for him a little bit. Maybe next week we will have you teach lesson 1 all the way through. And then the following week, you guys are going to start sharing that class time in order to practice through a portion of a class. So that's what we'll do. All right, you scary cats out there. We're going to have Evie teach. Teach next week.
I'm going to recruit Diane. So me and Diane will co-facilitate so you can see what a partnership can look like, especially since we're really encouraging it. So there you go.
Yeah, so
that's my first volunteer.
Yeah, we'll teach the first class, and then you will see how to work the platform, how to work through a flow of a class. Then from there, again, our goal is to make sure that you guys feel as comfortable as possible. So we just don't want you to sit in this class and sit through a class and not get the hands-on with the platform itself. We want you to feel comfortable with that, be able to navigate through that as you are teaching a class. So we want to have you actually do it. And we'll start that having you, we'll have a class subject matter or topic and have one of you teach one half of it and the other one teach the other half. So everybody gets the opportunity to practice the platform. Does that work for everyone? All right. Okay. All right. But we're still going to assign you lessons. Evie has chapter 1. Now, Miss Diane, we're moving you to chapter 2, address the mess. And we'll probably buckle around. And Miss Kim, chapter 3, adjust the attitude. We're going to have Jeff start the plan, our budget man. Jeff, be the budget man. Lesson 4, start the plan. Chapter 5 will be, Aaron, are you going to be with us?
I think I will. I got to but I can pick up my book this week, right?
Okay. No, we're going to throw Clarissa in here. We do Clarissa because Aaron, you're supposed to be fishing one week. You might be missed.
I'm fishing next week.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Now I have a question. So this class, we're going to have a class every Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. We have, okay, so to explain, we have this class set up just as if it would be us conducting a class. We just decided to turn it into an opportunity for us to engage new facilitators. So we have the 6 weeks scheduled. If you guys get comfortable on the platform, feel like we don't need to do the individuals, we give you an example of how Super Saturday goes and you're good, we'll cut you loose. You might not have to do all 7 weeks, but we have that time scheduled so that you can feel comfortable with the platform, ask as many questions that you want, get to practice and all of that. So that's the way, Ms. Hilda, this particular class is set up, just as if we were doing a live class, except we are working with you guys during this time, okay? And so if you miss one, it won't be as serious or whatever, and then the other thing that we do, and we suggest, and Miss Lynn McHoney came in like this, is that you actually set through a entire dfree training, but that is what, again, is going to be happening inside of this platform right now. You will be sitting through the training, but we're just practicing with one another and with you as we do it, okay? So you will have been exposed to the entire training class when we finish this course, okay?
All right, so we left up on week 5 with Aaron. Who's week 6?
Week 6, Clarissa.
All right.
And then we're gonna go back up. Okay, so who's missing? Miss Sylvia? Miss Sylvia, you're going to share lesson 1 with whoever lesson 1 was. No, lesson 2, because Evie's doing 1. So we're gonna go down to lesson 2. You will share that
Okay, who's my
on
partner?
that night. On that night, we'll just stop at like half.
Diane.
You'll pick up, okay?
Mhm.
And then next, chapter 3. Katie, did I give you one?
No, ma'am.
No, Kim wanted to be with Katie anyway, so that worked.
Oh, okay, Kim and Katie, okay. All right, Kim and Katie will co-teach chapter 3. Sophie, is it Sophie? Am I saying that right? Lesson 4, start the plan with you and Jeff. Will switch off that night. One would teach half the class and the other would teach the other half of the class.
Okay.
Hi,
sounds good.
Sophie.
Hey.
And then, are we missing anyone now? Oh, Miss Hilda.
Yes.
Miss Hilda is going to co-teach chapter 5, Steer the Power, with Miss
All right.
Hilda. Is that Clarissa? I think that had that one. Okay.
No,
That's Aaron.
that was
Okay.
Aaron.
Okay.
So
Aaron.
I don't have a partner for week 6.
And then
Yes, Juanita.
Oh, is Q back on? Is she on? It'll either be Q or myself. And so we'll have to make sure
Okay.
that she gets that information. Miss Diane, you help us, but we'll send her an email and she can co-teach with you, Clarissa. Okay?
Who am I co-teaching with? I didn't get the name.
Aaron for week 5.
Karen.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And have no fear, I'm going to send all of these notes out to you as well.
Miss Hilda, you're stuck with me, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize weeks in advance. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you guys are going to do great. You're going to.
Oh, yes. Oh,
So
yes.
We are right at 8:30. We want to be mindful of your time, but so one last time, we will open it up for any questions or comments. Remember, you're going to, for your homework, you will be logging into the platform and completing the facilitator training so that you have access to the platform, picking up your book from the office and at least reading chapter 1 so that you can follow along with Ebby and we can participate as a class on next week. Did I miss anything, Ebby?
No, I think we're good. I put the address in the chat box just so we can stay on track. Please do the leadership training course. It's 3 videos, 3 hours. Complete the survey so we can get you unlocked into the platform. It is fun, have fun, no stress. It's a community. We're community and we're building future debt-free individuals. So have fun.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yes. And I think I'll close with this. One thing is to remember, we're not here to teach financial literacy or to educate. Most people will know this information already. We are here to transform lives with this training. And basically all you are doing is facilitating a conversation that will transform lives. And so we so appreciate each of you being at the table, willing to give of your time and to partner with Increasing Hope in this way as we continue to increase hope in our community. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we will see you back next week. We're readily available. Evie's given her cell number, the office number's out there. Call us, email us, let us know how we can serve you as you help us serve the community. So everybody have a good night and we look forward to seeing you next week. All right. Thank you, Evie.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Que bendiga.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Abby.
Yes, ma'am. Did you get my cell phone number out the chat?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I did. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. You're very welcome. Talk with you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.